Most people treat expiration dates as a hard deadline. One day before the date, the food is considered fine. One day after, it is considered unsafe. But that is not actually how expiration dates were designed to work. In fact, the meaning behind expiration dates is far more flexible, more misunderstood, and more practical than most people realize. And understanding the difference can completely change how you think about food, safety, and waste. To understand why, we first need to look at what an expiration date really is. Despite the name, most expiration dates are not safety deadlines. They are quality indicators. That distinction matters more than people think. In many countries, including the United States, most food products are not required by law to have an expiration date at all. Outside of a few categories like infant formula, the dates you see on food packaging are usually set by manufacturers, not regulators. And manufacturers are not trying to predict the exact moment a product becomes unsafe. They are estimating how long that product will maintain its best taste, texture, and appearance under normal storage conditions. That is why many products use phrases like best before, best by, or use by, rather than expires on. Those phrases are not interchangeable, but they are often treated as if they are. A best by date usually refers to peak quality. After that date, the food may slowly change in flavor or texture, but it does not suddenly become harmful. A use by date is more conservative and is often applied to perishable foods. Even then, it is still a guideline, not a precise safety cutoff. This is where confusion begins. People see a printed date and assume it represents a strict safety rule. But in reality, it represents a quality estimate based on averages. Storage conditions matter more than the date itself. Temperature, humidity, light exposure, and how often a product is opened all influence how long it remains usable. A product stored correctly can remain fine long after the printed date. A product stored poorly can spoil before it. This is one reason why two identical items with the same expiration date can behave very differently. The date is not a countdown timer. It is a suggestion. So why do companies include these dates at all? There are three main reasons. First, consistency. Manufacturers need a standardized way to communicate how long a product is expected to perform as intended. Second, liability. Clear labeling helps reduce legal risk by setting expectations. And third, consumer trust. A visible date reassures buyers that the product has been tested and tracked. But none of these reasons require the date to reflect the exact moment something becomes unsafe. In fact, making expiration dates too strict would create other problems. Food does not spoil in clean, predictable steps. It degrades gradually. A product does not go from safe to dangerous overnight. It slowly changes, often in ways that are easy to detect through smell, texture, or appearance. Humans evolved to recognize those signs long before printed labels existed. This does not mean dates should be ignored. It means they should be understood properly. For shelf-stable foods like pasta, rice, canned goods, and dry snacks, expiration dates are almost entirely about quality. These products can often remain usable long after the date, as long as the packaging is intact and storage conditions are good. For refrigerated foods, the margin is narrower, but still not absolute. Milk, for example, is often discarded based solely on the date, even though it may still be perfectly fine when properly stored. This misunderstanding leads to a massive amount of waste. A large percentage of household food waste comes from throwing away food that is still usable, simply because a date has passed. Expiration dates feel objective and authoritative, so people trust them over their own senses. That trust was not originally intended. The system was designed to guide consumers, not replace judgment entirely. There is also an important difference between spoilage and contamination. Spoilage refers to changes in taste, smell, or texture. Contamination refers to harmful pathogens. Expiration dates are much better at predicting spoilage than contamination. That is why visual and sensory cues still matter. If something smells off, looks unusual, or has visible mold, it should not be consumed regardless of the date. If it looks, smells, and tastes normal, the date alone does not automatically make it unsafe. This balance is often lost in modern thinking. Dates feel safer than judgment. Numbers feel more reliable than experience. But the system was never meant to remove human awareness from the process. Interestingly, different countries handle expiration dates differently. Some use clearer language. Some require fewer dates. Some rely more heavily on consumer education rather than labeling. This shows that expiration dates are not a universal truth. They are a system choice. And like many systems, they work best when people understand their limits. Expiration dates are not lies. But they are not absolute rules either. They are estimates designed to serve manufacturers, retailers, and consumers all at once. That means they are necessarily conservative. Once you understand that, the date becomes a tool rather than a command. The real takeaway is not to ignore expiration dates, but to stop treating them as an on-off switch. They are part of a broader system that includes storage, handling, and human judgment. Understanding that system helps reduce waste, improve decision-making, and remove unnecessary fear around everyday items. And that is the real reason expiration dates mean something different than most people think.